Alright. And welcome back to another episode of Gabriel Knight, The Sins of the Fathers. Okay, and there's, okay, this is some of the stupid crap we gotta do.
Yeah.
At the beginning is crap.
Yeah, see, this clay thing, this is one of the bullshit moves in adventure games that I sometimes wear, because I was like, there was a point where I figured out a bunch of stuff. I had to check the walkthrough a couple of times, but most of the times I figured it out, and I couldn't for the life of me figure it out.
Yeah.
And then there was something with clay, of course, with the what we'll need later, and I was like, what, clay?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Like-
because that's not like even something that you would think to click. And
It's
like,
not
there's
anything
not even
special.
like a highlighter or anything that comes
And I
up.
did look around. I did look around with the eyes, and I did check a bunch of places, but I didn't check there. You know, the one place where I didn't click.
Yeah.
I clicked
mean-
on the water. I tried to take the police.
And, you know, that's the thing about LucasArts games too, because they always had the dialogue bar at the bottom. So when you passed something, you know, a text would pop up. So even if you didn't necessarily know that it was a thing you could click, like you would make a quick pass and like, wait, is that something you can actually do with? But here, there's nothing. So you have to, you just have to like go clicking crazy, basically.
There seems
Yep.
to, but if there,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the pattern is easy. Even the blood, you know, you have to do something with the blood eventually.
Except
But-
I don't have my sketch pad, so I need that.
Yep.
Is it back at the office, or do I need to go to my grandma's? Well, we have to go to the grandma's anyway. So.
But, yeah, we have to go to the grandma's. Yeah.
And there's another puzzle here you have to know to do at some point, or you just basically get stuck in the game. And it's funny because you can do it right now, actually. You don't even have to do anything to
I'm
activate
so
it. It's the
glad you
clock
stopped
at the
by.
attic.
Oh yeah, the clock.
Yeah.
The clock took a while for me to
Sorry,
figure
it's
out.
been a while, Grandma.
Yeah, that's where I got stuck the first time, because I think day 4
not at
is...
all.
It's also when I was doing the Gabriel Knight review video, actually. Like
Now, come and sit
that's where I
down.
got stuck. That's why
Tell
I
me how
wrote
you
that
do.
part in, actually, because fucking no matter what you do, day 4 just never ends because you didn't get the clock. And I'd forgotten everything about the clock.
Can we talk, Grandma?
Yeah, I was. For me, it was like I tried to
Of course,
figure it out in
Michael.
the beginning. I knew it's going to be important. Here's the grandmother. I like that scene.
Tell me about our family.
Who would you like to hear about?
This is something I think is a little
Granddad,
dumb, like
your
how the
father, or your
dialogue is structured. Like everything is a question. So you're talking about, tell me about me or something like that. So it's like Gabriel kind of talks to everybody like he's like a police officer, like questioning them. So that always seemed a little silly to me.
Yeah,
Tell
I
me
guess
something
they
about Grandma.
I guess they did it that way, so they
Your
have
granddad
the same
immigrated to
topics.
America when he was 20. He worked.
Actually, I don't think there's anything important we need from her yet. I mean, eventually she tells us that Wolfgang is our great uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but right now I think we can
I'm
just.
going to go up to the attic, Gran.
Be careful of the dust.
Be careful if it does. Alright, so, let's see, what are we gonna do? I never liked this
There's a
cycling through the
sketchbook.
actions thing, too,
That-
with the right click in Sierra games.
It's an old.
Yeah.
record.
I mean, they eventually.
It's one of.
It's just how it is.
Yeah, it's just much easier to just go there and
I
click.
mean, I have actually gone back now, and recently I decided to. I played through Larry with the original Larry, not any of the remakes with the parser interface, and then I decided, well, might as well try to play through Space Quest, and also the original King's Quest, because I only played through the fan Super VGA remake.
Yeah.
Here we got the clock.
Yeah.
Gabriel
I
think
mean,
that's-
I did think that Larry 1 maybe benefited a little bit from the VGA remake, that you could click on stuff, because
definitely.
I've never been a fan of the parser system myself. But I guess if you learn to live with it, I guess it works.
Gabriel doesn't.
I'm not a fan of it, and I was like that. There was a moment where I didn't want, but then I said, okay, I'm gonna try it, and I've gotten used to it.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan of it. Like this is something definitely a dated system, but it has its charm of its own in a sense.
Okay. I forget. Does the dragon need to be up top or on the tree?
It's the Drachen, because the
No,
solution is in the wait. I think the dragon needs to be on the top.
Yeah.
It's
God damn it. There we go.
um
Okay.
yeah.
Now. Dry Drachen. Where is that
you
thing?
old fox.
There's a poem because I couldn't figure this out, but then I wanted.
Oh,
I
is
used.
it at the bookstore? Is there like?
It's at the bookstore.
Oh, okay.
There's a book of German poems, and
Oh, yeah.
I had actually the universal hint system. Oh, there's the picture.
Those
Yeah, but these are going to be important later, not right now.
And basically, what I had this universal hint system, which is a really cool,
I know. Where rather than giving you the solution to the puzzle, like it gives you hints that get like gradually more explicit as to what you're supposed to do.
It's because sometimes just a little hint would be enough. Because I was almost close. Like I would know the basics, but like I wouldn't know the exact thing.
Yeah.
And the Strijddrachen, the poem. So the solution is in there, but
Yeah. Oh, God damn it! I hate this inventory system too. It's what the.
I don't mind it
you
honestly.
images haunt the pages. The image.
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
Image-
like all the action icons. Well, now they all disappeared for some reason. Oh, now they came
Well,
back.
because you
Like they're
could
all
mo-
up here. You would think that you could just pick it from here and then interact, but no. It like the inventory has its own, action bar. So I'm thinking like, is that enough? Do you have enough shit on the screen for me to click?
Yeah, that was a little bit confusing with the inventory system. I think.
I think this is the reason why
Well,
one of the reasons why Gabriel Knight 2 was a lot more easier was just because it was more or less you could just click on things, and you very rarely had to like do anything with the action bar, which kind of makes it a little redundant then. But
Yeah, but on the other hand, like I did like that in the second one it was easier also because, as you said, they had to make it easier because
because they
the
had to
actors
shoot
had to-
everything, yeah,
Yeah, and they only could shoot so many scenes, and
exactly.
it was. But therefore, the story was much
Let me try to get
there was
these
much
down.
more plot and intrigue, and although here's a lot of plot and intrigue too, but
Yeah, I mean, the
here's-
thing I do like about this that there's a lot of story and there's a lot of things that you can figure out if you just kind of dive deep into the game. But none of it is like necessarily, things that you have to do to beat the game. So there's like this. I think it's actually gives this game a little bit more. Replay value, because then you can go back, and I found that to be true with the third game as well. Like, there's a lot of shit I didn't find when I played that game for the first time, the third Gabriel Knight.
oh yeah.
And then when I played it on subsequent, like, I saw like scenes I hadn't seen before. I'm like, whoa, I didn't remember that happening. And then I realized like there's this whole chunk of the game, and that's what the score thing actually is. Like,
Yeah.
especially in the third game, it shows you like how much of the story you've kind of uncovered with the side characters and everything.
The score system, that's for me very typical Sierra. Like
Yeah.
I think the LucasArts games have it too, but for me I identify it more with Sierra. And
Actually, I don't think there is a LucasArts game, unless Maniac Mansion had it, because I don't quite.
I think Indiana Jones, not the Temple, the first one, which is based on the third movie.
Yeah.
Is this
The Fate of Atlantis sort of has one, but it never kind of. It doesn't like show
Yeah.
it on screen. Like you can check it. Like it grows depending like how many different styles of gameplay you use. Like because
Could I ask you if you?
because sometimes you can like fight people to progress, and sometimes you can just do something else.
Okay, so it's different, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little different. So it's more in that it is specifically for that. Like how much of the game have you kind of uncovered? So if
Yep,
you're a
yep.
completionist, you can try to get that score.
I
to
think
go away.
actually the Sierra adventure games, I think for me this is
Tell me about this.
this is
I like
kind
the
of
music.
the
I like
proto
the same
achievement
thing over and
system,
over.
you know,
Sounds like.
in a sense.
Sort of is, yeah.
Tell me about this.
And I always enjoyed that in Sierra because I remember like I played through like the other games, including the first Larry, and I haven't gotten all the points in that one yet. And there's not too many points. And I always enjoyed the points because you could kind of guess how long the game is going to be on the number of points. Because like I think like King's Quest doesn't even like have 200,
Yeah.
whereas actually Gabriel Knight 3, which is the last Sierra adventure game, although now they started again to make games.
Yeah.
And
it was
it's
the last of the old Sierra games. yeah.
old Sierra games, and that one had like 1,000 points. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Like I don't personally find it to be too much, you know, I don't find much incentive to do that myself, but I think one game that I should definitely one of these days try to get all the points is Larry 7, because that actually gives you, in that game it actually gives you like a slightly different ending scene if you get all the points. But most of the time it's just like, oh, how much of the game have you kind of uncovered? But yeah, basically because I'm not that kind of a completionist player, so I don't find it that.
I'm not really a completionist player myself, and that's why I won't play it again, most likely. But for me, I just find I think it's cool in general.
Yeah.
It's there, you know.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I think we can. Now that I drew that, I think I can ask Grace to research that pattern on the beach.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Oh crap! I still forgot about the
Could you do some research for me?
Well, we'll do
Sure,
this, but
what?
there's one more thing on the beach I forgot. Check out Malia Getty. Well, okay.
Could you see what you can find out about a woman named Malia Getty?
Oh, you mean the snake scale, right?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
What's your interest in her?
Oh, just, you know, stuff about the voodoo murders. If you could get an address...
Mm-hmm. They're murders. Right. I'll see what I can find out. Anything else?
Yeah, it doesn't show the
Can't think of-
option, but
Okay.
I'm sure I'm supposed to give Grace the...
Well,
Ah, crap, it's the end of day 1.
it's about closing time.
So it is.
Okay, but I
Good night,
gotta remember
Gracie.
to go back to the crime scene and get that snake scale.
Good night, Gabriel. And try not to dream, okay?
It's not possible to get stuck in this game, I think, but you can definitely die. So yeah.
Yeah, but then you just reload. I mean,
Yep. I mean, it's the... Well, here, they're like... Yeah, in the second game, I think they had the instant, like, restore. Like, it restores to the beginning of the scene where you can die. But here, if you didn't save, then you have to go to a previous save.
it's not as bad as the really early Sierra games, like Space Quest is, I think, one of the worst. But I think in Space Quest it's actually kind of funny, because you can die so many ways. And also in Larry.
Yeah.
Oh, here we got the little cutscene.
Yeah, this is it. There is supposed to be a dream sequence that happens even before this one, but I don't know why it didn't show like at the very beginning. But
Because you have to click on intro separately.
Oh crap! Yeah.
It's the same thing but a little different. Like it's a little bit less, and always more is revealed. This is your dreams. This is Gabriel is dreaming.
Yeah. And there's the box art shot, I guess.
Yep. Box art shot.
Yeah, that's fucking creepy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that is kind of a cool element, I think, the idea that the Knight family is cursed. I mean, we talked a little bit about this with Kaiser on this other Let's Play, that then in the second game, like, Gabriel is actually starting to become somewhat famous, or, like, you know, the bookstore is doing a lot better in the second game.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything's getting better. This is where we meet the asshole who tries to buy our painting.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Good morning.
I actually didn't want to sell it because I actually, I felt like, but you do need you need the money.
Eventually, yeah,
So
you
have
do.
some.
So,
There's
Yeah.
a fresh pot on the table.
Also, I like these 90s games because of the way how they animate stuff, because they were more experimental and they would use different styles.
yeah,
Oh,
and actually they did
it always does that.
for
Never
this game.
mind.
They actually did quite a bit of rotoscoping.
Did you dream
Actually,
about
they
the
had,
fire
they
and
actually
the
Oh, yeah.
guy in
filmed
that mining
actors
thing
first,
last
and
night?
then like drew the
Leopard
sprite art over them.
lion.
And specifically,
If you get
I
anything
remember
about it,
reading
get
like
it.
some
Well,
article
I did
online
get her
about the
address,
making of
but
this
you're
game,
a
and
little out of your
like
league
there's a
here,
little
big
thing
fella.
that Mosley
Getty's
does
own
like at
3
one point.
local
It was like
hospitals
something an
just
actor
to
did where he
interview
kind of
their
slapped his
assets. They
hands
run a
together,
very
and he liked it
circus.
so much.
Did you get an address?
The animator that
I
he
got the
decided that,
address.
I'm gonna put
I
that in the
suppose
scene,
this
even
has
though it's
nothing to
completely
do with the
unnecessary and
fact
it's
that Malia
additional
Getty's
workload for
incredible
him, but
painters.
he just liked
I
it so
should have
much.
known you wouldn't go for
Yeah,
that ugly
rotoscoping.
social work.
There's a
And
couple
that
of games
address
that
is-
they did this, and like also Dragon Sphere. That it's not Sierra or LucasArts, but it's a really good fantasy adventure game. I love
That's the
that.
Garden District.
And that one uses also a lot of rotoscoping.
That's
Also
all
the
I
later
wanted to know.
like
And
King's
yes,
Quest
my-
V.
You get that as
Malia
rotoscoping.
Getty is the most
You can actually get Dragon
dangerous
Sphere, I think,
diversion
free on
I've
GOG.
ever seen.
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah,
That's why I
so,
played.
yeah,
Oh,
I
man.
was just pointing it out that that if somebody wants to check that out, like they can.
Yeah.
They can, all they need
There
to do
is a pay version on Steam. Don't buy it. Go to GOG and get it for free legally. So I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works, and those guys who re-released it on Steam to pay, I don't understand the logic, but okay.
Yeah, I mean it's weird for me that isn't there. It's Beneath the Steel Sky also on Steam. Like,
Oh yeah, it's freeware too. It's been freeware for a while. You can also get it on the what is it, the B-Scum site. You can get it on a bunch of
VM
places.
side, yeah, you can get it pretty much anywhere.
Because you can share it legally.
I seem to remember that there was like a paid version of it as well, and I always wonder like why the hell would you pay for that if you can get it for free? I think it might have been one of like the mobile versions of it.
I mean, maybe if it's a special edition physical version, then yes.
Yeah, no, it was just the same game because for a little while they were talking about like maybe doing a sequel to Beneath the Steel Sky like very soon after the freeware release came, but then nothing ever came of it because because Revolution, they don't have that much money.
Yeah.
Gabriel is already.
Okay.
It's not there. I think it's a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
It's some weird spot. I think you have to click maybe on the
there
graph.
it is. There
it
is.
is. Yeah.
It's extremely.
I don't know.
No, fuck no.
That one takes a while to figure out. I think you have to click on the. I think it's. See that the grass? Yeah, that.
It's very large.
Or maybe not. It's been a while again.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's
Usually
that.
I find it without like even thinking about
very
it.
Large.
It's very large grass. That thing. The narrator I wasn't too wild about. In this game.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah,
weird.
the narrator like it got on my nerves after a while.
It's extremely.
I actually
Oh my god! Can
sometimes
I just click anything?
It's
I would turn it off because often I would click many times to like find certain things, and then it would always start narrating it, and I felt like, well, you don't have to voice everything. I mean, I appreciate that the work that they put in,
Yeah.
but
I do think it's kind of cool, with the accent and everything, and like the way she says like 1993.
it's cool, but it gets
the
old.
thing where it does get annoying is when you're in the temple at the very end.
Oh my god, yes, I turned it off in the temple after a while because it's like you gotta click a lot, and it's really like a really tense moment, and it gets like really crazy everything. So it's like
It's very.
Am I just a moron? I can't find that fucking snake scale.
maybe it's a little bit. Wait. I think maybe it's a little bit like.
Is it more out of the way
It's
here?
not in worth
that's-
No.
Location.
Where is it? I think it's
Oh,
around
there
the.
it is. This
Oh,
fucking cluster of pixels.
You see
here.
that took me also forever because like I thought, yes, it's time.
Another thing is like I'm having to play this windowed, obviously, because we're doing this over Skype.
Ah, okay, that's why.
It's a little tiny. The screen is a little tiny, so even those like tiny cutscenes are even tinier.
But you see, it's a little indication, but it's so hidden at first. Once you see it, you cannot because I forgot about it already.
Okay, is this where we go crash Getty? We go.
Yeah, I guess let's try.
Yeah, no, we can't get in yet. We have to steal. We have to steal Mosley's badge.
Yep.
Oh my god, I love this game. This is stupid shit you have to do.
It's like every good. You see, this the thing is what I noticed in bad adventure games. You got to do stuff where they just like one thing. But here in good adventure games, you got to do things where I don't know. It just feels kind of like it makes sense.
Oh yeah.
The puzzles. Our favorite.
I should have talked to the butler though, because the butler is also voiced by Tim Curry.
Yep.
It's funny because he's talking to himself basically, and he's doing that Tim Curry butler voice with the "Oh sir,"
Yep. Miss Getty is not available tonight. Some shit like that.
I'm back.
Is it Mr. Diabetes?
No.
Diabetes.
Jim Cummings, Mr. Diabetes. What I recently looked at? I looked at clips from the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon where Jim Cummings was Robotnik.
Yeah.
He's like the most evil Robotnik. ever. Like, I don't usually think of him, Robotnik, as being particularly sinister, but my god, when Jim Cummings was voicing him, like, ugh. you just feel dirty after that.
Mostly my man.
Mostly, my man.
Mostly.
Wanker.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
that's another
Is it
one of my favorite
wanker?
lines from the third game as well. Screw you, mostly. Okay, let's talk to Mark
Can I ask
Hamill.
you about
for a
Or when he
minute.
says just, get out of it. Yeah,
You're
that's Mark
right,
Hamill,
ask
of
away.
course.
Yeah, this is Mark Hamill. Yeah.
This is fucking Luke Skywalker. This just doesn't make sense. Luke
How about getting me
Skywalker is
some
also
coffee?
voicing the Joker. That
Coffee?
still doesn't make
You
sense
want
to me,
coffee?
but he does it so well.
Should that
I mean, he's
surprise
really
you?
good at this.
Nah, you've always been a caffeine addict. It's just that what we got here hardly.
He's really laid back
So,
in
I'm
this, like,
desperate.
you know.
It's your
I kind of liked it
stomach.
even better
I'll
in
get you some
Gabriel
more
Knight 3, where they were just
long.
constantly being assholes to
Alright,
each
I'll
other.
go now.
Yeah, they kind of just tuned it up.
Yeah. I did this too early. Like, I told him to get the coffee, but I have to get him to take his jacket off.
Don't touch anything while I'm gone.
Don't touch anything. Let's see if we can touch anything. Actually.
You gotta turn on the
heat. Yeah, I gotta turn
yeah.
on the heat.
Gabriel,
You turn up the heat,
Gabriel,
man.
That sounds dirty.
Oh,
Okay, well, I screwed that part up. So
a microwave.
well, let's
If
try it again.
Gabriel knows Mosley.
Doop, doop,
Used
doop,
exclusively for
Here, drink it.
I love how he walks. It just looks like he's so wooden. It's so funny.
Thanks.
no, yeah, that's just that's the way
It
they do
fits
it with
him.
all adventure game characters. It's, it's just a walk cycle, and then they just kind of traipse along the area.
I think because in these games you cannot really see the faces. They're just like pixely when they're away. One way to kind of give the characters
Tell me
their
about
own characters by
Sure.
exaggerated movements. For example, how they walk, like how Gabriel walks, or how Mosley walks.
Yeah, it's I just didn't notice that there wasn't like any scaling when he went back there, but I suppose they could get away with that because people wouldn't have noticed. Actually, there's a pivotal piece of there's a clue in this very first dialogue you have with Mosley that's actually important for if you want to survive the finale. I'm wondering if I can get it to activate because it's really funny.
Got any hobbies?
Yeah, making your life miserable.
Yeah, making
I'm
your life
serious. Don't you shoot or chew or something like that?
No, I'm
Or
a
chew.
ballet dancer. Jeez. Yeah, I was #1 at the Louisiana State Fair Marksman Contest. I play trumpet, too. You know, put your lips together and...
You see, you know what surprises me really?
Yeah.
That with when they decided to choose video games to make into movies. Now I know they often just chose games that were successful and like made a lot of money.
Yep.
But one of the big problems is when you adopt a fighting game to a movie. As much as I love like fighting games, even Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, their storylines actually kind of suck. Really,
Yeah.
they're not.
This is a long way around to the conversation of why they haven't made movies based on adventure games.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
like the perfect.
They totally
game.
were gonna do a Monkey Island movie back in the mid '90s, but then I think they got a little worried about the cost, and then Cutthroat Island came out, and then they just said, we'll just make a third Monkey Island game. So yeah.
Well,
yeah.
it wasn't a loss, total loss then.
Yeah, I think the problem was just the fact that the PC market, around this time when, these adventure games were still very popular, like, the PC market was just so much smaller than, the arcade and console markets, so they didn't have as big of a media presence, and that's the reason why they didn't get
The PC market blew up and became really mainstream when shooters came out, honestly.
Yeah, and by then, like, adventure games were this niche, this little
Yeah,
niche.
they were niche and forgotten. Until then, later on, they've become a little bit more popular, but they're not as. There was this time where adventure
Oh,
games.
this is it! This is the fucking
Piss off our
line.
senior year teacher, what was her name? Ms. McKelly?
Yeah,
You'd
this
act like you were
just
gonna
tell me
boss an
anything,
eraser
you
or
click,
something.
and then you
You'd
tell.
throw it to me over-
Oh yeah, I listened to all of
We used
those.
to do
Those
that
are
with
always fun.
grands, too.
Yeah, but
Like
this.
with the remote when she wanted to watch
Yeah,
her
this
soap.
is where they played
Yep.
Monkey in the Middle
That
and
was a
threw
great way to
things,
pick
and
up
this is
women in the
exactly what you have to
library.
do at the finale, or you
the
fucking
day.
die. You have to throw the
Yep.
talisman to. Mosley and Grace. Sorry for
Yep,
any
yep.
spoilers, but I assume you've played this game if you're watching the Let's Play.
Yep, yep. Or
But
you don't want
It's
to
just
play
like
it.
hidden under like, just tell me anything at all. You know,
That's
the
why I
solution
would.
to the game's final puzzle.
That's the thing is, like, I learned with adventure games too. You pretty much talk every topic. I would even talk topics where it didn't make sense usually with people, and I would always ask also, just tell me anything at all, because those are just like little tidbits that I found entertaining.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit the
I love dialogue, especially Gabriel Knight 3. Like, that game has really long dialogue scenes if you kind of play everything. And it's actually weird. There's certain like dialogue pieces that you don't get to play if you play certain ones first, because you might accidentally like trigger the plot to progress. But
Okay.
yeah, but it's really fun, and I just love the idea of that. Okay, oh, it was already on 90, so let's put it all the way. Let's crank up the heat.
Yep.
Is it there?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, it played the jingle. Good.
Yeah, I don't understand why they haven't made like these. Like, for example, Gabriel Knight. This would be a great movie. It felt
Yeah.
so much like a movie.
Yeah, but that's the
Dang,
problem,
the air
isn't it? That
conditioning
just
must
because
be
it
on
was
the
a PC
blink.
game, and yeah, like I said,
It didn't have this big market. Like,
Yeah,
it was,
you
as I
are.
said, a more niche thing.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that Monkey Island part is like a really sad situation. Like the Monkey Island, like the LucasArts adventure games in the marketplace were, you know, also dwarfed by Sierra, but like they had like Lucasfilm backing them up, so
Can I ask
Yeah,
you?
that's what.
You're the
You know what? I told this already with the Star Wars. I mean, freaking Star Wars adventure game. Why the hell did that never happen?
How about
You know
I mean,
what?
yeah,
You know, another one that
You
almost
slave?
happened, like, this is a couple of years
Look at my
ago,
butt
but they
off.
were seriously, they were talking with some
Yeah,
studios
that's
about
right.
making Broken Sword into a movie as well, and I thought, like, yes, that's one that I definitely would have wanted to have seen, but then it just never materialized, like
Some people
they,
are-
they just couldn't cut a deal, I guess, that the studios would have been happy.
I think the problem is studios want to have always a guaranteed hit, and they always went with like. In the beginning, they went with video games that were really popular, like Super Mario Brothers,
Yeah.
Double Dragon, of course, Street Fighter, and Mortal Kombat. Because at that time in the '90s, it was all the fighting games.
Yeah, but this was
And-
like just recently, and I thought like the fact that they were even considering
Just
it,
drink this.
like that was like, oh man, that would be so great if that would happen. But nope, just in the end, like,
Tons.
yeah.
I-
But
I-
we're a little overtime already, so we
Oh,
finally,
yeah, sorry, yeah.
we finally stole Mosley's badge after all that
Yep.
trouble. So we'll call it for this part, and then when we come back, we'll go hit up Molly Ageti, I guess. So see you in the next part.
Bye bye.